Hello and welcome to Byju's IAS. Let's get started and look into our daily quiz. Since it's a Sunday, we would have the static part of our discussion and the subject that we have chosen is geography. Let's look into the first practice question. Which of the following factors affect ocean salinity? Evaporation, wind, ocean currents, precipitation. The answer to this is 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now let's look into the explanation. What is salinity? Salinity means the total content of dissolved salts in the sea or in the ocean. It is generally calculated as the amount of salt dissolved in 1000 grams of seawater and is expressed as parts per thousand. Now when we consider the factors which influence the ocean salinity, it includes evaporation, precipitation, wind as well as the oceanic currents. All these events play a major part when it comes to influencing the ocean salinity. Now let's look into the next practice question. Consider the following statements with respect to red soil. It develops in areas with high temperature and high rainfall. The soil develops a reddish color due to a wide diffusion of iron in crystalline and metamorphic rocks. Which of the above statements is or incorrect? Since it is asking for the incorrect statement, the answer to this is one only. Why? When we look into the first statement, the first statement is wrong. That is because this particular characteristic is not of the red soil, but instead it is of the laterite soil. And when it comes to the red soil, they develop on crystalline igneous rocks in all those areas where there is low rainfall and not high rainfall. Also remember, this specific region of red soil is usually prevalent in the Deccan Plateau. Now let's look into the next practice question. Which of the following weather events can be witnessed in India during the winter season? A high pressure center in the region lying to the north of the Himalayas develops during winter. The surface winds blowing out of high pressure center over Central Asia reach in the form of a dry continental air mass. Third option, an easterly jet stream flows over the southern part of the peninsula. Which of the events can be witnessed in India during the winter season? The answer to this is 1 and 2 only. Why? When you look into the third option, an easterly jet stream flowing over the southern part of peninsula is not during the winter season, but instead it is during the summer season, which is usually seen in the month of June. Since it is not a characteristic of the winter season, the answer to this is 1 and 2 only. Now let's look into the next practice question. Duncan Passage is located between, is it North and Middle Andaman, Middle and South Andaman, South and Little Andaman and Car Nicobar Island? The answer to this is South and Little Andaman. Now let's look into the map to understand the clear picture of where this location is. When it comes to the Duncan Passage, this is present between the Southern Andaman as well as the Little Andaman. So kindly remember these important map based questions which can be important from your preliminary examination point of view. You might also get other questions as well. Let's say for example the 10-degree channel, where is it present? It is present between Little Andaman and Car Nicobar Island. So kindly remember the channels, the straits and the passages when it comes to the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Now let's look into the next practice question. Which of the following statements is or correct? P waves are faster and are first to arrive to the surface. P waves can travel through gaseous, liquid and solid materials, whereas S waves travel only through solid and liquid materials. Which of the statements are correct? Since it is asking for the correct statement, the answer to this is one only. Why? That is because when you look into the second option, yes, P waves travel through gaseous, liquid and solid materials, but when it comes to the S waves, they travel only through the solid materials and not through the liquid materials. Now let's look into the explanation. When it comes to the primary waves, these are the ones which first arrive at the surface. They have the characteristic of that of the sound waves. They can travel through the solid, liquid as well as gaseous. But when it comes to the secondary waves or what is called as S waves, these are generally traveling only through the solid medium and not through the liquid or the gaseous medium. When it comes to the primary waves, these are the ones which are primary in nature. They are faster in nature. They appear first as a body wave, but when it comes to the secondary wave, they appear after a period of time, which is why it is called as the secondary wave. The direction of the vibration of the S wave is perpendicular to the direction of wave propagation, thereby creating crests and troughs in the material of transmission. Now let's look into the next practice question. Consider the following statements. They are the cooled portion of magma chambers. It is a large body of magmatic material that cools in the deeper depth of the crust molds in the form of large domes. They appear on the surface only after the denudation process eliminate the overlying materials. These are granitic bodies. The above statements best describes batholiths, laccoliths, lapoliths and faccoliths. The answer to this is batholiths. When we look into this particular image, it clearly depicts that the dome-like structure is formed in the batholith. Now let's look into the next practice question. Consider the following statements about Luni River. It is the largest river of Rajasthan and originates in the Pushkar Valley of Aravalli range. The entire river system is ephemeral. Which of the above statements is or correct? Since it is asking for the correct statement, the answer to this is both. Now let's look into the map to see the location of Luni River. Luni River flows through the state of Rajasthan and also in the state of Gujarat. It is a seasonal river which dries up in the summer season. The main tributaries of the Luni are Jawal, Sukri, Guhia, Bandi and Jojari rivers. Jojari is the only right bank tributary while its left bank tributaries are 10 in number. Also, Jojari happens to be the only tributary of Luni River which does not have its origin in the Aravalli Hills. So kindly remember all these factual data with respect to the Luni River. Now let's look into the next practice question. Consider the following statements with respect to moist deciduous forest. The moist deciduous forests are more pronounced in the region which record rainfall between 100 200 centimeters. These forests are found in heavier areas of the peninsula and the plains of Uttar Pradesh and Bihar. Species found in these forests include rosewood, mahogany, aini and ebony. Which of the above statements is or correct? The answer to this is one only. Why? That is because when you look into the second option, the second statement is speaking about not the moist deciduous forest, but instead it is speaking about dry deciduous forest. So when it comes to the moist deciduous forest, they are generally found in the northeastern states, along the foothills of the Himalayas, eastern slopes of the Western Ghats, as well as in Odisha. The third statement is once again wrong. That is because these species or these plants or these trees are present in the tropical evergreen and semi-evergreen forest. And when it comes to the moist deciduous forest, we see teak, sal, shisham, hurra, mawa, so on and so forth. Now let's look into the next practice question. Which of the following are correctly matched? Nazca Plate, western coast of South America; Cocos Plate, eastern coast of Central America; Juan de Fuca Plate, a small tectonic plate in the western North America; Scotia Plate, it is to the north of the Australian plate. Which of the following are correctly matched? The answer to this is 1 and 3 only. Why? That is because when you look into the Cocos Plate, it is not to the eastern coast of Central America, but instead it is on the western coast. On the eastern coast, what we have is the Caribbean Plate. When it comes to the Scotia Plate, it is not on the northern side, but what we actually see is this Scotia Plate is on the edge of the South Atlantic and the Southern Ocean. Now let's look into the next practice question. With reference to hotspot volcanism, which of the following statements is or correct? Hotspot volcanism does not occur at the boundaries of Earth's tectonic plates where all other volcanism occurs. A volcano above a hotspot does not erupt forever. Which of the statements are correct? The answer to this is both. When we look into the hotspot volcanism, they generally do not occur at the boundaries of the Earth's tectonic plates. That is because instead they occur at abnormally hot centers, which is called as the mantle plumes. The second option once again is right. So the answer to this is both. So this is it for today. Thank you for watching. All the best.